The LinkedIn Eulogy. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and I hope you've all had a good week. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. A lot of it's to do with just the amount of work that we have on, which is a great blessing. But also, sorting out our data storage here, I finally had to upgrade our NAS drive. And I thought, I'll get 16 terabytes. She'll be right. And I'm already thinking, okay, I think I need to buy a few more drives to my system. But, that's how it is. When I think back, my first hard drive had 40 megs. There you go. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about, an article that appeared about probably a week ago. And this is an incident that happened on the Gold Coast a few weeks ago where a lady very close to my age passed from a overdose. So she was out partying with her friends, celebrating her 40th. And I guess she didn't hear the lessons of just say no to drugs, did she? So let's talk about this because, there's a few things I want to talk about here. I mean, the idea of a 40-year-old taking party drugs, it seems a bit bloody, childish to me. I mean, isn't it what Chef said? That's what uni's for. Afterwards, you grow out of it. Anyway, let's look at this because there's a really, quite a sad thing coming through this article. It feels like I'm reading a LinkedIn post, a LinkedIn page, a resume. This is the achievements that are being remembered and put on the newspaper about this lady. High-flying corporate businesswoman who overdosed on a cocktail of drugs have been revealed. The details of her life. Now, these are all non-related pictures. And, the first sentence is about her career. When you die, do you think people will really care that much about your career? People who you've worked with will probably, hopefully, there'll be some that care enough to visit or go to your funeral or to send a message to your family or just to say a prayer for you. But it's not the most important thing, is it? It's just a career. It comes and goes. It changes with your life. You can have some great milestones. You can have some fantastic, successful achievements. But there's a lot more to it than that. A high-flying businesswoman who overdosed while celebrating her 40th birthday. This is really sad. Okay, kids, don't be doing drugs. Come on. It's not worth it. My argument is all the taxes on the legal recreational substances is what drives people to the legal stuff. Danielle Whitaker was partying with 6 friends on the Gold Coast on Friday when she went into cardiac arrest after ingesting several drugs. Despite desperate attempts from paramedics, she could not be revived. 2 of her friends were also taken to hospital. So a bunch of 40-year-old women doing this. It's like my wife doing this. I can't see that happening. It's. We're not talking about 20-something. We've all been 20. We've all been stupid. Some are probably less stupid than others. In the days after her death, more details have come to light about the woman who graduated with a diploma in culinary arts at 18, charted a successful career in sales, and even spoke about writing a book. These are all achievements. Good effort, but what's missing here? 40 years old, no discussion of a family, no legacy, no children. And, okay, sure, there are more and more people who are not choosing that path. But let's hope that was a conscious choice in this regard. You don't want to have a LinkedIn resume or LinkedIn eulogy. She began her corporate career in New Zealand's largest telco, now known as Spark, before making the move to Brisbane, where she worked at Telstra and CSG Print Services. Okay, fantastic. Poor lady. Why have they started a GoFundMe for her family? Is that the thing that happens now? In June 2014, she flexed her entrepreneurial skills and developed a smartphone app called FitMe, which promised to connect people based on their sport and location to find training partners. Okay, not a bad idea. Great. But is this what you want in your eulogy? I know this isn't a eulogy, but still. She worked as a district sales manager at Toyota in 2019 before taking over as an external sales manager at Super Steel Australia, where she spent the last 4 years. So she was in sales. Nothing wrong with that, but I mean, okay. In January this year, she left it all behind, informing her social media followers she was writing a book about her 20 years experience in the sales industry, launching a new company and offering in between some consulting work and other side hustles, she wrote on her LinkedIn profile. 3 months later, while celebrating the next chapter in her life, it was cut so tragically short. Now her loved ones have issued a desperate plea as they try to bring her body back to New Zealand. A GoFundMe has been started to help raise funds for the family. Daddy would want her body returned to the earth of New Zealand, the post read. The cost for reparations are expensive, around $10,000, which is an unexpected cost on her family. Her friends would love to help the family out by raising money to assist. Shouldn't the friends help the family out by giving them the money, not by asking others to do it? And, I mean, it's 10 grand. If you're a successful entrepreneurial business person, that shouldn't be that much. A larger than life and a generous person. If you could help with any gift, even shed her a final drink, that would make the difference. The family is still processing the loss. When the time is right, we'll share details of her funeral and memorial. The post finished by encouraging family and friends to join a group celebrating her. I mean, she was known as a shamanic medicine woman on social media. I mean, come on. When you're 40 years old, you shouldn't be overdosing on drugs, partying. You should have more responsibilities going on in your life than that. You shouldn't be risking it for a bit of a buzz or getting a bit high. You should have other shit on your plate. She proudly worked to build an army of courageous, empowered, soul-driven women who are here to create change and make magic. Emergency services were called to the Surfers Paradise unit on the Gold Coast after 11 p.m. on Friday, and it was reported the woman was unconscious. Now, I mean, I used to work at the Woolworths in Surfers Paradise when I was in high school and a few years afterwards, and we'd hire out apartments to have parties, and we'd have lots of fun, but we were young and stupid. Queensland Ambulance Service Inspector, even then, I don't think anyone did any drugs. Queensland Ambulance Service Inspector Mitch Ware said paramedics identified 7 patients at the scene, including Miss Whitaker and 2 others who were rushed to the Gold Coast University Hospital. Upon our arrival, there were 7 patients identified, 3 of which were critical, 1 of which was in cardiac arrest at the time, he said. Unfortunately, despite specialist attempts on scene, which include our high acuity response unit, the patient was unable to be revived, was declared deceased. 1 person remains in hospital in stable condition while the other has been released. 4 other women were also assessed but did not require treatment. Ms. Ware said paramedics frequently responded to increasing incidents involving recreational drugs, and he delivered a sobering warning against the act. I want to start off by paying my condolences to the family of the 40-year-old female who lost her life, but I won't sugarcoat it. There's no such thing as a safe drug. There's no such thing as a party drug, he said. When people are obviously buying these drugs, there's an element of risk. You don't know what's going into them. You don't know who's made them. Yeah, this is the problem as well. I mean, one could make an argument then perhaps it should be regulated and legal. There's the alternative. Rather than having to fight the distribution of some of these illicit substances, look at making them legal, make it managed, tax the hell out of it. What do you think about that? Which side would you go? I remember I was talking to a police officer and she was telling me the meth issue that people have. Now I don't know. I just get terrified of all the pictures of people with no teeth. Police will carry out a toxicology report to identify the cocktail of drugs used. Speaking to media on Tuesday, Superintendent Peter Miles said there was cannabis residue, ketamine, and mushroom caps located in the room. What caused the actual overdose for those 3 women, we're not quite sure yet. Whatever it was pretty potent. It's a stark reminder that you don't know what you're putting in your system. He said the Gold Coast was experiencing an overdose related to GHB, ketamine, and heroin is making a big comeback. It's a dangerous act. You don't know what you're taking and you don't know how you're going to react. And in this case, it's proven fatal, he said. So let's have a bit of a chat about this one, guys. I mean, okay, someone was stupid partying, took some drugs, and had some side effects, and unfortunately they died. I feel sorry for her and her family. But, well, think about this, guys. If you were to pass, what would your legacy be? Would it just be a LinkedIn profile, pretty much read out at your eulogy? It's one, it got me thinking. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.